Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, the Purple Sparkle Studio, named after the Purple Sparkle Gretsch drum set that I have, my favorite kit, as you already know. I am flattered by all the comments that this video got. It got a whopping 27 comments. That's more than I have ever gotten on any of my videos, okay? I don't exactly have a large YouTube channel. I'm clearly at the hobby stage with this, and I'm grateful. The last video got 3,300 views so far. That's only a week. I didn't have to promote it or anything. I just uploaded it to my channel, and it did very well. So I just want to thank all of you guys. Now, in the comments, many of you said, dude, would you please play them and let us hear what they sound like if you don't mind? So, okay, I have heard your complaints and I'm going to go ahead and make a video now and I'm going to play them. So, let's start off, okay? I actually have 3 Gretsch snare drums, okay? In this video, I'm just going to use one. I'm going to use my Brooklyn snare drum. I have one Brooklyn. I actually have a Brooklyn. I have a Gretsch USA, and I have a Broadcaster snare drum. I have 3 snare drums in all 3 of their lines, the American lines. So I'll just use the Brooklyn in this video. It's the Purple Sparkle in maple. It's the wooden snare I have. Actually, I have 2. The Broadcaster I have is also a wooden snare drum. But I'm going to use that in this video. And let's start off with the first video. You will simply hear the camera microphone. Okay, I will use the camera microphone, and well, actually I take that back. I have a room mic hooked up that I'll simply plug into the cameras. You'll hear the drums through the room mic, okay? It's about like the camera mics anyway. So I'll use the room mic, no EQ whatsoever. And that gives you an idea of what the kit really sounds like to your naked ears, okay? Then I will play them again and I will run them through my DAW. I use Studio One. Now I'm not gonna add any effects, okay, through the DAW. I'm not gonna add reverb or anything like that to the drums. Not gonna mess with the bass drum. I'm just gonna let you hear a pure sound. But of course, I have the microphones set up in what's called the Glenn Johns method. I'm sure many of you know about that, but for those of you that may not know, the Glenn Johns method I'm only using 4 mics, okay? I have 2 condenser mics, one about 40 inches over the snare drum. The other one is behind the second floor tom in the back. And then we have a snare drum mic and we have a bass drum mic, okay? And that's the extent of my Glenn Johns method, okay? That method worked very well back in the day, okay? And of course, Glenn Johns worked with Charlie Watts. He worked with John Bonham, so just to name a few. So he was one of the greats, and the guy knew what he was doing. I have used that method, and I'm pretty happy. So I'm not going to use any EQ. I'm not going to do any effects, but you will hear 4 microphones there spread out that do sound pretty good, okay? So sit back and enjoy this. I'm not going to play 15 minutes or anything like that. Okay, guys, so here is the first setup with just the room microphone. Here's what they sound like. Yeah, let me make mention too. I used my tune bot on these tom-toms, okay? I did do that. This thing works pretty good. I'm sure you've seen these. See if I can turn him on there. Yeah. Isn't that cool? That thing is so cool, okay? The tune bot. And you see, I know how to tune the drums without this, but I kind of like a second opinion. This is a nice second opinion. So the tom-toms I used the tune bot on, and I didn't tune the bass drum, and I didn't tune the snare drum. I thought the snare and the bass sounded okay, just my ears. Now let's get over to the 4 other mics I told you about. They are reasonable quality mics. They're not ultra expensive, but they're not real cheap either. I've got 2 Lewitt overhead condenser mics, and I think it's an 80K in the bass drum. And of course, the standard Shure SM57 we've all heard of, that's been used so many times on so many albums, that is on the snare drum. So here you go, running through Studio One. Here is what they sound like. All right, guys, and there you have it, okay? Wasn't anything special. I love the sound of these drums, okay? Anybody can set up a drum set. They could also tune them if they have the time and the patience. Not that hard. But there you go. Like I said, I love these drums. I like the black dot heads. I could put any heads on if I want, but I just chose to go with black dot heads simply because Charlie Watts was using them, okay? And I'm a big Charlie Watts fan. So, if Charlie Watts has got them, they got to be good, right? So I put them on my drums. I'm happy. I think they sound good, provided they're tuned. Now, if you play your drums a lot, you have to tune your drums, okay? If you don't, any drum set, be it cheap or expensive or in between, is going to sound lousy. It's going to sound crappy. You have to keep your drums tuned, okay? So, can't think of really anything else to say about them. I'm glad you guys watched this video. This is what they sound like. And in the next week or two, I'm going to review a Mapex kit that I did nothing but special order, okay? Mapex has what they call the Armory line, and I special ordered some sizes from them. It's been a year or two back, but anyway, I'll do a review on them. Also, the other 2 Gretsch snare drums, I will do a review of those here in the very near future also, okay? So once again, guys, thank you so much for watching again, okay? It means a lot. Thank you so much for the response you gave my video last week, okay? I hope to build a future here on this channel if I can, if I don't run out of ideas on what to do every week, okay? So, but thanks for watching. You guys take care. We'll see you on the next video. And remember, the drums, they're not that hard.